It's finally happened. The moment we all feared, the one that seemed like a distant possibility, is now our reality. The SHTF moment everyone whispered about is here. The world as we know it has changed, and we must adapt quickly. Now what? Maybe you're lucky and have firearms, but what if you don't? The shelves are empty, and the usual means of protection are no longer available. You might need to resort to more primitive weapons. These tools, often overlooked, can be just as effective in the right hands. Even in modern life, there are situations where you may need to defend yourself without a firearm. A simple baton or a sturdy baseball bat can be lifesavers. Whether in a wilderness survival situation or an area where guns are illegal, alternative weapons are essential. They provide a means of protection and a sense of security. This concept ties into the prepper motto, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Having multiple options ensures you're never left defenseless. Let's look at 10 best SHTF weapons that aren't firearms. These tools can make the difference between life and death, providing you with the means to protect yourself and your loved ones. From bows and arrows to knives and batons, each weapon has its unique advantages. Understanding how to use them effectively is crucial. In addition to weapons, survival skills are paramount. Knowing how to build a shelter, start a fire, and find food can complement your defensive strategies. Education and practice are key. The more you know and the more you practice, the better prepared you'll be for any situation. So, let's dive in and explore these essential tools. Equip yourself with knowledge and gear and be ready for whatever comes your way. Number 1 on the list is the spear. This ancient weapon has stood the test of time and remains a favorite for many reasons. Spears have been used for thousands of years for a reason. From ancient civilizations to tribal warriors, the spear has been a reliable tool for hunting and combat. They're simple, effective, and give you a reach advantage in a fight. The long shaft allows you to keep your opponent at a distance, making it harder for them to get close. You can use them for thrusting and throwing. Whether you're in close combat or need to hit a distant target, the spear is versatile. Making a spear is easy. Find a sturdy branch, sharpen the end, and harden it in a fire. This simple process can turn a basic piece of wood into a formidable weapon. Add a metal tip if you have one. A metal tip can significantly increase the spear's durability and effectiveness, making it even more lethal. In a fight, a spear can be more advantageous than a sword. The extended reach and versatility of the spear often give it an edge over shorter weapons. Plus, it's something you can throw if needed. This ability to be both a melee and ranged weapon makes the spear incredibly useful in various situations. Whether you're defending yourself or hunting, the spear is a time-tested tool that has proven its worth throughout history. Next up, the tactical Tomahawk. This isn't your grandpa's hatchet, it's designed for combat and utility. Compact, lightweight, and capable of serious damage. Used for chopping, prying, breaching, and self-defense, Tomahawks have been used by US soldiers since the Vietnam War. They're badass and practical, even concealable. Imagine getting jumped and pulling out a Tomahawk. Talk about a game changer. A good knife is essential for survival and self-defense. Not a flimsy pocket knife, but a big fixed blade knife. It's a versatile tool and a formidable weapon. Knives are easily concealable, available, and inexpensive. They're legal to carry in many places where firearms aren't. In a pinch, a knife can be a lifesaver. Up next, the mace. A weapon that's been around for centuries, simple and brutal. It takes minimal training to use, just a heavy weight on a stick. Effective against armor and unarmored attackers alike. The mace transfers energy through whatever the attacker is wearing. There's something satisfying about the sound of a mace connecting. Thud, you know you've done some damage. When it comes to blunt force trauma, nothing beats a hammer, used as weapons for as long as people have built things. War hammers caused concussions even through helmets. A regular claw hammer can be an effective weapon. Readily available, easy to use, and can inflict serious damage. You probably have one lying around your house. Just know how to use it properly. Now the machete, synonymous with survival in harsh environments. Cheap, available, and functional. A cross between a sword and a large knife. Used for clearing brush, chopping wood, and self-defense. A machete can inflict gruesome wounds. In a survival situation, it could be the difference between life and death. The Morning Star is not for the faint of heart. Essentially a mace with spikes, designed to crush bones, pierce armor, and inflict pain, made for close quarters combat. You just want to smash your opponent into oblivion. Not suggesting you build one, but it's a brutal weapon. Deserves a spot on our list of SHTF weapons. Let's talk about ranged weapons. The compound bow is king among non-firearm ranged weapons. Quiet, deadly, and effective from a distance. High-powered compound bows can drop a deer in its tracks. Crossbows have a lower rate of fire, and recurve bows are hard to aim. Arrows are reusable, making them practical. A compound bow is a dangerous weapon in skilled hands. Let's talk about swords, specifically the katana. Elegant, deadly, and steeped in history. Wielded by samurai, revered for craftsmanship and lethality. Single-edged, curved, designed for cutting and thrusting. Lightweight, well-balanced, and devastating in the right hands. The katana is probably the best sword design of all time. A solid choice for your SHTF arsenal. Last but not least, the Taser. A non-lethal weapon that can incapacitate an attacker. Great for self-defense if you're not comfortable with deadly force. High-voltage shock drops even the biggest attacker. Relatively inexpensive and easy to find. Nobody wants to get tased. A taser is worth considering for non-lethal defense. So, there you have it, 10 brutal SHTF weapons that aren't guns. From the simple and effective to the more complex and intimidating, these tools can make a huge difference in a survival situation. Guns are great, but sometimes they're not an option. Whether due to legal restrictions, lack of availability, or simply running out of ammunition, you need alternatives. These weapons can help you defend yourself when firearms aren't available. A baseball bat, a machete, or even a sturdy knife can be incredibly effective in the right hands. Prepping is about being prepared, not paranoid. It's about having the right tools and knowledge to handle any situation that comes your way. Have a backup plan and be ready to defend yourself and your family. Practice emergency drills and make sure everyone knows their role. You can find wide selection of these items on Amazon. There is a link in the description and on my channel's main page. Any weapon is better than none. Even a stick or a rock can be used effectively if you know how to wield it. Be prepared, be safe, and stay frosty out there. Remember, the best defense is a good offense, and being vigilant can make all the difference in a crisis.